Good morning. It was a bit of a slog yesterday. Sorry I was a bit late with the live stream. I had computer problems after I've been hacked, having to reinstall everything and delete everything. So it's a bit difficult getting back on track. Got there eventually. It was a session mostly where insurance helped us out. Some good calls, but a difficult old session. Break even here, Raika and Istra. If you want to know how we do break evens, despite the team not winning, and come along to footballtradingprofits.com. Sparta Prague and Hradec Kralove. Was this a 0-0 at half time? If it was, no, it was a 1-0. If it was 0-0, definitely gettable, that 0-0. Bristol City and Swansea, another break even, like Raika. So if you know how to do it, you can get involved in a play and get out of there unscathed. Swansea, good result for them. Where they are in the Championship, much needed. 3 points for the Swans. Where are they? 37. Take 3 away. 34. A little bit too close to the relegation zone. So vitally important for them. And Bristol City, well, Swansea tended to lose 1-0 to the top sides. So had to take insurance out there just in case. Looking at the FA Cup, Wolves, well, Blackburn did have the first goal, but that was disallowed. What a pity. Easy for Wolves. Look at that, Plymouth-Liverpool. That epitomises the cup. Look at the lineup for Liverpool. It was a strong forward line. Diego Jota, Diaz, and bringing on Nunes in the 58th minute. But it was a mixed bag of players. McConnell, Nioni, Chiesa, sick note Chiesa. A much changed Liverpool side. That knocked the dynamic out. So I'm sure one or two people lost their shirt yesterday on that one. Some few big hitters going in at 1.17. We got out yet again. Insurance. Raika, insurance. So some sessions are all about managing the bank, not necessarily growing the bank, alas. French League 1, Marseille. Hopefully you laid the draw late on. Getting a bit late for me, that one. Marseille, absolutely dominant force here. In-play stats would have told you that exactly. Holston Kiel and Bochum Dano. Insurance paying out yet again. It seems to be the lesson. My special lay the draw second half. So this was a draw. The only way this would fail is if it became a score draw higher than the 2-2. The only way I would lose money. It was an excellent technique. I used it in Holston Kiel. I used it 5 times over Saturday and Sunday for laying the draw second half, and they all ended 0-0, and I didn't lose a penny. Good stuff. Bundesliga 2, nothing much interest there. Another lay the draw second half. 1-1 at half time. Lay that draw second half yet again. I come out of it unscathed. So if you want to know how that's done, come along. This is exactly what we expect of this. Goal before half time at least. Win to 0. 3-0 plus. Anthony Martial at AEK Athens. Wow, that's a good signing for AEK. And he's enjoying his Greek adventure, I think. It's a beautiful city. Martial. Roma getting the win against Venezia. Cagliari Parma. One of my lay the draw strategies I didn't get involved in, or I didn't lay the draw quickly enough. It was on my roster. Relegation 6-pointer. Got to take points off your nearest rival. Got to. this stage of the season. Lecce Bologna, disappointing not to have seen a second half goal there, but I got out of that one unscathed. Again, break even. So a day of break evens. If you know how to do insurance, it'll save your bank a lot of heartache. Saw yesterday. Napoli Udinese. Disappointing draw for Napoli there, but it might not cost them. Spezia and Palermo. Absolutely no worries about Spezia return, apart from the first 91 minutes. We were solidly with Spezia here. Motivation, real motivation to get the win. Add another 2 points to that, they'll be breaking the 50-point barrier. So huge motivation. And in play stats, they were bossing completely. So it was a big shock to see a 0-2 to Palermo. What I did do, I topped up on Spezia again. If I go match odds, I add another £5 to back Spezia. I lay Palermo at even shorter odds for another £5 liability. Just increases the pot. And when you get to a 1-2, if you get to it early enough, you'll have the opportunity to cash out for a smaller loss than you would have made at 0-2, if that makes sense. But thankfully, they got back into this, saved me a bit of dough. Spezia and Palermo, as did the insurance throughout today, or throughout yesterday, saved a lot of dough. Could have laid the draw second half. Ajax go equal on points with PSV. That's big motivation, isn't it? This is what I'm a bit gutted I didn't pass on to you late on. Robin van Persie's Heerenveen. That we should have taken advantage of. But last time I looked, about 1.15 to lay 20. Should have been done with that red card in play. Very disappointed. And the in-play stats was suggesting as much as well. So that could have been a huge win for us yesterday. Elsewhere, Spanish La Liga, well, Barcelona continue along their merry way. Really superb stuff from them. Valencia, having conceded 12 goals to Barcelona, priced to win and did win. So watch out for that pattern in the future. And Luzerne coming from behind to get the win. If you followed that one up. Servette, we took Servette on 2-0 up, despite the market not being too hot. But just for that single goal, you'd have got a 1-to-1 risk return. So bear that in mind. So a day really to learn about insurance all the way through the coupon. Insurance paying out. Rijeka insured. Bristol City insured. Liverpool insured. We didn't lose. Although I lost about £6 because I kept topping up on Liverpool 1-0 down, looking for that late equaliser. Some sides will deliberately, though, try to get rid of these FA Cups, EFL Cups, and focus more on Champions League and the title. So this, you can see with the team change, it's not a priority for Liverpool at all. So insurance paying off on a huge number of matches. Insurance paying off here. So excellent stuff. Insurance paying off. So learn about insurance. The only way to learn our insurance is footballtradingprofits.com. This is today's research. But if you go over to the website, you want to learn about insurance, join Football Trading Profits members area for guaranteed profits. So have a read of that. Sign up for the free trial if you'd like. We also, at Football Trading Profits, provide the Betfair Trading Made Easy course along with Premier League research. No research at the moment with the FA Cup. So pop your name and email down there. And we also do a bit of cracking of systems. We're making some really good progress with this one. This is another product from the excellent Steve Davidson, winningmore.com. He's as solid as it comes, really nice bloke, totally trustworthy, but he's given us a lot of clues to work off here. And in the live stream yesterday, we've sussed out the winning bets, we've sussed out the market, we've sussed out the staking plan. Now I'm liaising with one or two members with large craniums to break the code. How can he pick a match when there's no form lines? Using your Miss Marple Sherlock Holmes deduction must be something to do with the odds, mustn't it? So I think that's another piece of the jigsaw. We've got some ideas about which markets they focus the odds on, and we'll see if we can add a nice bet and go strategy to our live trading. I'm not doing anything wrong here. He's given us all of the results, multiple results over multiple leagues, so you can just back test and look for patterns, which is what I've done. I've figured out what the winning bets are, and I've figured out the staking because he's provided us with the staking. It's obvious. Trying to flog the Fibonacci staking plan. That's the staking. Fibonacci. So we're getting somewhere with that strategy. I want to add a few more. I've got some ways of getting some cheap stuff. So I'll be getting some more football-based strategies for you as well. We want to build up a football testing lab, which is what I'm asking my publisher to add another piece to the website called the Football Testing Lab. That will be for bet and go strategies. I'm involved in football day in, day out. I know the research, and we can come up with some strategies, bet and go related. So if you're not available for trading, maybe these bet and goes can give us a nice profit. Looking on to today, and it's a very quiet day, but a couple of cracking league matches. Donny and Crystal Palace. Well, I didn't mention Rangers at 1.04 losing yesterday again. Insurance paying out there. 1.04 Rangers losing 1-0. Missing a late penalty as well. Oh boy. So do not take these odds to heart at all in the cup. Watch for team changes for Palace as well. Should be 2.5 goal match, Professional Development League, about 71% overs throughout the season. Sen and Dunkirk, 2.3 the favourite. We can see if there's any motivating factor where these two are in relation to each other. Sen, 3 points, vital. They're aiming for that relegation playoff place, realistically. Dunkirk, they're looking to retain that automatic promotion place, or even move up one to quarter-final berth. If they can get to 39 points with a win today, that's knocking on the door of the 40s, which will be heading into semi-final and automatic promotion. So it's a must-win for both of these two tonight, and it's 2.3 the favourite. It's going to be a tough one to call. Atromitos against Athens Kalathea at 4 o'clock. That might be worth following. Inter against Fiorentina. This looks about right. Inter, very, very impressive for me against AC Milan recently in the Milanese derby. They are tenacious. With Napoli drawing yesterday, it's an ideal time to hoover up 3 points against what can be a difficult Fiorentina. The Viola have had an excellent season, but within 1 point of Napoli with a win today after an uncharacteristic loss against Fiorentina. Was that in the cup or something? Oh no, that was the leftover match, wasn't it? So they're meeting each other very quickly after that 3-0, which was So that suggests to me that Inter will know this lot's capabilities. Fiorentina with a win, take them to 45 and on the cusp of Champions League football. Plenty for these two to play for, and a recent abandoned match replayed saw Fiorentina win 3-0. I wouldn't take that to heart though, because that's one of those strange matches. And that was the last match, so interesting. Eredivisie tend to look for goals in this particular division. Again, just look at the standings at this stage of the season. Oh, well, I was trying to move it so I could look. Oh, come on. I just wanted to look at the standings and the matches being played. So where are they? Excelsior, second in the league. A win takes them to 48. Huge motivation for them today. 1.67 away at Young Ajax. Young Ajax, well, they're in the relegation. It doesn't look like a relegation place, does it? So a bit up in the air about that. I'm not sure if these sides will actually go up, because imagine Ajax playing Young Ajax. So I'm not sure about how the relegation works there. Young PSV are down the bottom as well, playing Cambuur, who are in 6th place. With a win today, takes them to 44, knocking on the cusp of an automatic promotion spot. So plenty of motivation for them today, Cambuur. Vitesse Arnhem have had a huge points deduction. That's why they're at -5. Not even Wayne Rooney, as a manager, could manage -5 points. Well, he could, I think. Wayne Rooney, Ruud van Nistelrooy, probably the two managers capable of getting their sides into minus figures. Emmen, well, they're on the cusp, get to 38. So just look at this stage of the season for league positions. The Polish Ekstraklasa is coming back from a winter break. La Liga, Mallorca against Osasuna. It looks a tough match to call, but we've got it up here. And Mallorca going through a bit of a poor run at the moment. 2 losses, 2 wins, 2 losses, 2 wins, 3 losses. Losing to Atletico Madrid recently, failing to score in the last 3 matches. Be a little troubled with that, but they have met some form sides in Villarreal, top 5, and Atletico Madrid, top 5. Osasuna, too many score draws, despite not losing. Their score drawing, dropping points. Both teams to score, contrasting with only one team scoring. No draw in 11. Wow. For Mallorca. So you might want to lay any late draw. It's a top 10 clash. Last time these two met, it was a 1-0 loss for Mallorca. They have had a spattering of wins, you can see, against 6th, 7th and 8th. And they don't tend to concede that second goal outside of the 6th and lower. So they might be able to keep Osasuna quiet. Osasuna, far too many score draws, as you can see. And just a sporadic win here or there. Not a match on paper, which is greatly appealing, is it? Real Oviedo against Eldenza. It's all about league position again. Motivation. Real Oviedo, well, with a win today, they could zoom up to 2nd place. Wow. Talk about motivation. 43 plus 3. Boom. They'll be equal on points with 2nd and 3rd, but probably they will scoot into 4th place on goal difference. But talk about motivation for Real Oviedo there today. Eldenza, where are they? Well, talk about motivation for them as well. They will stay in the bottom 4 with a win today, but move a little bit closer to Burgos. Try to get this lot involved in the relegation squabble. That is certainly a match I would want to be following later on. A good story behind these two, even though it is the 1st or 2nd week of February. It's still vitally important these sides pick up points Turkish Yorkshireman Eyüpspor, managed by Nora Batty and Compo and Clegg, with Alan Titchmarsh and Sir Geoffrey Boycott, and the Hovis bloke with his bicycle, and the Tetley Teabag boys as backroom staff. Eyüpspor playing Trabzonspor at the moment. Today, that's another one worth following. But they've had a good season, the Turkish Yorkshiremen. Fan-twatting-tastic. Aye, super. Aye, that's great, that is. Aye. Where are you? Top 4. Aye, that's great. Nora Batty delighted with the top 4 berth for the newly promoted Turkish Yorkshiremen. Obviously, Alan Titchmarsh has been working with his scouts to get the best players. So it's a decent enough coupon this evening. It's my day off today. There's only 2 real strong matches, but do note some of these matches with good stories behind them. Chance to go into the top 3 with a win today for Real Oviedo. What are you going to do if Valdenza score first? Looks like real motivator, real carrot for both teams. So the draw is layable. Mallorca Osasuna, tough to call. Eredivisie, plenty of motivation for these sides as well. Excelsior, Cambuur, Inter Fiorentina, 3-0 very recently in an abandoned match. Came Fiorentina's way, but this is an interesting switch to 1.48. Inter are going to make sure they don't concede 3 goals today, that's for sure. And Donny Crystal Palace, Rangers 1.04, losing. Liverpool 1.17, losing. So do not take these odds to heart. Some teams are just not up for the cup. So watch out. If it's a first 11 for Palace, if it's a Premier League 11, they are going to win. But you just don't know. Like the Wolves yesterday, it should be that easy. Donny in League 2. So I don't know much about that. Have a great day. And it was a live stream yesterday. Do please subscribe to youtube.com/@footballtradingprofits. I do a free live stream when the software is working. It took us a while yesterday. It took me 3 attempts to get the live stream going, but as you can see, it's a 3-hour live stream. Good fun, lots of interaction from members, which is brilliant. So I was really enjoying interacting with you guys as well, and trying to make some green screens. But what we learned yesterday, insurance is a vitally important element of football trading. You want to know more about insurance, then make sure you join footballtradingprofits.com. We'll be working our way into tennis soon as well, because the summer brings with it summer leagues, but the summer also brings with it 3 Grand Slam tournaments. Tennis has similar roots trading-wise to football. It's going to start, I would say, about April, once you get Monte Carlo. So I might be popping down to my mate Elton John's house. We're in the Middle Eastern phase at the moment. Qatar, Dubai, Delray Beach, Marseille. These are all precursors to Monte Carlo. Then when you've got the 3 Grand Slams, the French Open, Wimbledon, and the US Open, you've got all the attendant tournaments that go with them. All high quality tournaments, all high quality players giving 110%, covering every blade of grass. And our job is to find trading angles. This lot do previews for you. I always take my cues from the market as well, but in football, in tennis, you've also got the ATP or WTA rankings, and you can also look at horses for courses. This one is hard, so you'd be best to focus on hard form on a hard surface, like focusing on away form for the away team, that kind of thing. So have a think about tennis. I've got lots and lots of information about tennis trading. If it does interest you, pop along. I'll try to collate it for you. I do think it's an important skill for you to have over the summer with such quality tennis. And indeed, from a football perspective, we've got the Irish Premier League, Irish First Division, Finnish Vikhausliga, Norwegian Eliteserien, we've got the Swedish Allsvenskan, we've got the Danish Superliga, the Finnish Vikhausliga. I think I've already said that. It's so good, I've named it twice, the Finnish Vikhausliga. They've been out and about. So that's 6 or 7 leagues already to keep us busy over the summer, but they're not the best quality leagues. So have this as a backup as well, and I'll be on hand to teach you a little bit about tennis trading. What I've learned anyway. I don't know as much about it as I do about football. I'm not as enthusiastic about tennis as I am about football, and that's the negative there. There's lots of angles. Fellow countrywomen playing each other at these kind of odds, you'd expect a 3-setter, wouldn't you? So you possibly lay the first set winner, because they'll know each other, won't they? So little clues like this, Kasatkina and Kudermetova, they'll know each other, won't they? So that might be a little bit too short, that kind of thing. Maria Sakkari, my new ex-wife, not favourite at all, but she's my favourite, Maria Sakkari. Lovely. But enough about that. Day off today. Have a great day. And I'll see you again tomorrow. As ever, if I'm up and about this evening, I'm keen to make money, I will jump on Telegram for members of Football Trading Profits. But important lesson to take out of this weekend: insurance, insurance, insurance.